I had someone copy and paste my body onto their body. To be honest, I wasn't really even planning on filming a video today because it's October 30th and Luigi's Mansion is released today, and I was ready to just have myself like a little spooky video game night. Like, I've been ready all month. Anyways, besides the point, I am Luigi Mansioning tonight though. You better believe. I'm actually gonna try and do this video without as many cuts as possible. Probably approximately around like 11:30 at night last night, I was alerted via Twitter that someone was like, "Are you aware of this situation?" And I'm like, what situation? So then I open up the photo and it's a picture of some other girl's work and a picture of me and then like a paragraph off of a different website that I really can't work very well anyways. And I look at the picture and I'm all ready to type. I'm like, you know, I'm so used to people like showing me pictures of body paint and then body paint of me and body paint of them, and it's like a pre-existing character, okay? In this case, it was Jigsaw. And I'm like, of course it's gonna turn out, and in my mind, I'm like, of course it's gonna turn out, you know, similar. It's a character, we both reference the exact same photo. This is a common thing that happens, okay? And I'm looking at it, I'm all ready to type that, and then I'm reading what, like the paragraph that was attached to the photo, and it said, is this a common problem that people on Instagram will copy and paste BG's, which I'm assuming is beauty guru. I guess I'm not hip with the times anymore. Beauty gurus work onto themselves. Like, is this a common thing? And I looked at the picture and I'm like, that's my body. And the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, what? And I think I was alone in my room, and I think audibly I said out loud, I'm like, what? Like, looking at my phone, I couldn't believe it. And I'm zooming in on the picture and I'm like, that's my bow tie. I think I'm just like, I'm so stunned, and I wanted to film this video because I wanted someone to share this moment with me. I had someone cut my body off of my body, and they have 500,000 followers, by the way. They have 500,000 people that follow them. Cut my body off of my body, paste it onto their body, and actually it turns out it's also my face, which I didn't even realize at first. I thought it was maybe somebody else's face. I thought maybe they painted their face and they just used my body. No, it's my face too, and I didn't even notice it until this morning on Twitter. Someone was like, yeah, that's your nose, Lex, and I'm like, it is? And I zoomed in and I'm like, oh! I didn't even recognize my own nose. So to be fair, if you're watching this video, your Photoshop skills, they're not bad. But I mean, I was just blown away. Of all the crazy things I've seen people do, this is probably one of like the higher up crazy things. And let me tell you, like, I have had somebody take a picture of my face and use it for a plastic surgery website, saying that I had a nose job through them. I have never had any kind of plastic surgery in my life. I have had it where people take my looks on my face and my body, enter it into contests, and win a couple $1,000s. I've had crazy stuff happen, but of all the craziest things to happen, I just feel like the amount of time it took this person, okay, to Photoshop my body onto their body. I make tutorials for a reason, okay? I want people to take my tutorials and learn from them and be able to express themselves and be able to open themselves up into a new world of creations and things of that nature. We're very used to on the internet where people are like, that's my work, don't steal my work, don't steal my look, but yet they make a tutorial for it. And it's like, what's the point of making a tutorial for it? You're sitting there saying, ooh, look at me, watch me, you know, because I can do this, but you can't do it even though I'm showing you how to do it. That's nuts. From looking at this person's Instagram, which, by the way, you guys like my thumbnail? I tried to be YouTubey. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna list their name. And the reason that I'm not gonna list their name, even though I'm listing their photo, but I've blocked out everything, I'm not listing it in the comments, I'm not listing it across any social media anywhere. And a couple people were like, call them out, call them out. And I'm like, what does calling people out do? It just feeds more negativity into the makeup industry that we have on the internet right now, which used to be very much like a family. You guys hear me, if you follow me on Twitch, you guys hear these kinds of things all the time from me, where we used to have a big makeup family, like across different channels, and now everyone's very separated, everyone's very catty, and everyone likes to go after each other, and we're so used to calling people out, and we're so used to making it this big, huge drama problem thing. At the end of the day, honestly, like in my personal opinion, I think that drama is just PR. I think that people create drama to make it a big problem, and then everyone's buzzing about it. Just like when articles write, everyone is mad at this. And you're like, I've never heard of this in my life, but apparently everyone's mad at it. You know, it's like, it's a bandwagon type thing. I learned that in like 5th grade. I don't know if anybody else learned about bandwagon marketing. But that's something that I learned when I was young. And so it's like, that's what I feel like, I'm getting kind of sidetracked, but that's what I feel like drama does, is it makes everyone into one big pocket of buzzing. And then people start exchanging followers based off of that buzz. Like, let's say we have YouTuber A and YouTuber B, okay? This person caused a problem, and this person's calling them out. Well, all these people, whether they care about the drama or not, are gonna go and they're gonna follow this person because they wanna follow the drama, not because of their work, not because of anything, not because they wanna follow them, because they wanna follow them. They're following them simply just to follow the drama. I am not about that scene. I never have been. And because I am not about that, and because I don't attack, because I don't call people out, because I don't go after people, because I'm not a bully, and there's a difference between like being a bully, working PR, and trying to gain followers based off of drama, and trying to go with the algorithms, and trying to follow the trend, and trying to do all this crazy stuff just to stay relevant. I don't care. You know, I don't, and I'm getting a little angry, but like, I don't care about drama. I care about art. I care about creation. I care about my community, and I care about everyone just enjoying what this should be about, which is artwork. And so it's like, when I see things of this nature where, you know, people are either saying to call somebody out blows my mind, because we're so used to it nowadays. If this would have happened years ago, it would have been like, oh no, YouTubers are fighting. Oh no, I don't want you to fight. But nowadays it's like, kill them. And I'm like, oh my God. The reason I'm making this video is I honestly just wanted someone to share this moment with me of like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that this person has 500,000 followers. And I looked through their Instagram, and to be fair, when I looked through their Instagram, okay, I don't know if it's their face or not. I don't know if it's real, it's fake. I don't know if it's photoshopped, or if it's, I don't know how much of the Instagram is actually real. Which I don't mean that in a jerk type of way, but genuinely, I don't know how much of the Instagram is real, based off of the fact that I didn't even recognize my own face, contoured and photoshopped and morphed, and I'll go over that in a second, onto somebody else's face. I thought they painted their face, and they tricked me with my own face. So I don't know how much of the Instagram is actually real, but it appears to me that this person does good work. And so it's like, with me having a tutorial on how to do this character, it would have just been a better route and a happier route, even for me, to actually see them recreate my tutorial and be like, at MadeULook, hey, thanks for the tutorial. Because of you, I was able to create the saw look, or I saw your video and I was inspired and I was able to create the jigsaw look, or anything of that nature, just to be like, hey, Lex, saw your video at MadeULook, like, sick, you know, thanks. But instead, they decided to take the time to chop my face off, chop my body off, and put my body and my face onto theirs. And beyond this being a problem of, I always speak about Photoshop and I speak about this and that. Photoshop within itself is also an art, but I do believe that when you do Photoshop photos or Photoshop makeup, or you take the background out, or you Photoshop in your contacts, which I'll do if I'm live streaming. I'm doing on Twitch. I don't always put contacts in because I don't want to constantly have contacts in my eyes, in and out. So I'll Photoshop my contact lenses onto my eyes in certain photos, which if you look at my Instagram and you come across a photo like that, you'll see contacts are photoshopped in. So you guys are aware that what you're looking at is real versus not real. I also think it's a big difference of adjusting lighting, adjusting little things like blurring, or maybe taking out some acne, or something that you feel takes away from your makeup, but you're not altering or changing or drawing in your makeup, which is something that I see very, very often on Instagram now. I am an artist. I do this for a living. So I know very much what's real and what's not real. After I was just like, I didn't recognize my own face, but it is true in the sense of, you know, I have a very good understanding of what is Photoshop and what is not Photoshop, but not everyone does. And looking at this person's Instagram, companies follow them. Brands that I work with follow them, and they like their photos, because I was scrolling through, and I'm like, a thought crosses in my mind, what if this person, and this is just like a scenario, what if this person were to be hired based off of makeup that's not even there? It's not even them. It's not even them, it's me. So what if a company were to hire them based off of this makeup photo that was posted, but that photo is me. That photo is my work. you know? And so it's just, it's mind-blowing, because not only would a company possibly partner with someone whose work isn't real, they would partner with someone whose work isn't real, and then they're going to pay this person for that type of work, and they may or may not get that type of work in return. So it's bad for the company, it's bad for the influencer, and it's just bad for everyone, because it's just based off of a lie. And a lie for what? A lie to gain followers, a lie for likes, a lie for more comments. And if you are the artist that I'm talking about, I have to have a little heart to heart with you and just ask you why. And I don't mean that in any type of way. I mean it as a genuine person. Why is it that you would value so much what other people are going to think of you, or other people are going to think of your photo, that you would want to do something that isn't even yours just for the attention of other people? Why would you value that over growing as an artist, over practicing? And maybe you don't have the time during the day, maybe you don't have the patience for it, I don't know, but in that sense, either you have to make the time to learn these things, or follow your passions, even if it's 10 minutes a day, even if you practice shading for a day. And based off of the Instagram, like I said, from what I can see, if other photos are real, I believe this person could have followed the tutorial and could have done a really good job with it, but instead they chose not to. And so at the end of the day, what are we really looking at, in the sense of people are really reaching for likes, really reaching to get out there, really reaching to be known. I don't know the motivation behind this person, but generally speaking, like motivation to become famous, motivation for people to admire them, motivation for these types of things, but it's based off of something that isn't you. So at the end of the day, they're not even admiring you, maybe the attention you're looking for, or the admiration you're looking for. They're admiring someone else. And it's a very skewed way of looking at things. And this is not the only instance in the world that I live in the YouTube world that I live in the world of makeup. This is not the only instance that we run into these things. A lot of people have very, 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 very much so lost their way in thinking. They look at money, they look at fame, they look at followers, they look at likes, they look at all of these things that matter in a sense, but at the same time, they don't matter, because if you're doing this for the wrong reason, why are you doing it at all? And there's so many people that have come on to social media and come into this world where they just believe that the Facetune apps and the Photoshop and the this and that, and the more beautiful they are, the more I'm gonna use the word fake looking, just based off of editing programs, which I don't judge anybody by how they do their makeup. Really, I don't care. It doesn't affect my life whatsoever. But in general, we do see a pattern of a lot of people trying to be like other people, a lot of people trying to be another person, which is almost like a horror movie within itself. And I'm sure there are horror movies out there like that, where there is someone who tries to become someone else. And that's a common problem that we're seeing within the makeup world. I actually just did an interview not that long ago asking, like, what is a trend that you see even around Halloween now? And I'm like, you know what? The biggest trend that I see around Halloween is that everyone wants to look like somebody else. And it's not, which that's what Halloween is, but in the sense of everyone wants the contoured cheeks. Everyone wants the lips, the eyebrows, the glam, the glam, the glam. But what we're losing touch with reality is that that's not what's making you more beautiful. You might love that style, and good for you. That's fantastic. I don't mind. Whatever style you like that style. If your style changes, I don't care. But be your own person. If that's a style that you enjoy, learn the style. Learn how to do that. Make it your own. Maybe you love someone's eyebrows to a T, and you're like, I want those eyebrows, okay? So you're watching tutorials, and one day you can make your eyebrows exactly how you want them to be, but you accomplished that because you took the time to learn, and you took the time to get to those steps that you want to get to. Whereas now, people look at people, and they use the Facetune apps, and they use the Photoshop, and they start to not look like themselves. And the craziest thing is, I've seen this in real person with someone very close to me, actually, that they had Photoshopped, they had face-tuned, corrected, whatever, which I'm not saying Facetune is a bad app, by the way. I use it sometimes to like clear up some pimples or, you know, things like that, like I got one going on right here. It doesn't matter. Anyways, but she had altered her body so often, and every single photo that she believed she looked like that. She doesn't. And it's not a bad thing, but she lost touch with what she posts, because that's what got the likes, that's what got the views, that's what got the comments, that's what got the you're so beautiful, oh my goodness, oh slay. That's what got those things. Whereas when she posted a more normal photo, it didn't always get all of those you're so beautiful, even though she is. But it's scary, it's mind-blowing, but people are really losing touch with reality. And so when I saw this picture on Twitter, I wasn't even mad. I wasn't even mad because I'm so used to it. And just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, I am gonna do a side-by-side. Like I said, I'm blocking out names because attacking doesn't help anybody, doesn't help you, doesn't help them, creates ridiculous drama that's really just not even necessary. So a side-by-side photo of each other. My nose is transferred over to her face. It's widened at the top using Photoshop, so that way, that's why I didn't recognize my own nose, because my nose is thinner at the top, but she actually Photoshopped it to make it wider. The eyes are also directly Photoshopped over, but the lines are erased. I actually might alter my photo to show you guys what was done. My eyes were transferred over. It was erased on the top for all the shading. I believe she also erased I'm not looking at the photos, this is off the top of my head. Yeah, erased the shading underneath the cheekbones. The circles were kind of altered a little bit to fit their face shape, and then the body was directly transferred over onto her body. And if you need like extra whatever, the bow tie is where you can truly tell that it is exactly the same, just because of not only the way I paint, but because it is just the exact same bow tie. In addition, just a little other kind of minor things that you guys, just so you guys know, this is not a big deal though. So the background is made black, and there is a light on in the room. It would be like if I had the light on above me. I'll show you. If I had the light on above me, it casts a light on my hair, so you could tell like the wig or the hair or whatever is not the same lighting that is coming from here, because you could see this light drapes over my whole face versus it not. So you basically have my lighting, which is the cooler lighting, which is what I favor, versus the warm light of a bedroom light, maybe, that's shining down from the top. So you would have the same color kind of draping over the face, unless the lights were arranged very particularly, but that's the difference for that. Now, in addition to just this situation in general, which is just mind-blowing, I also had people leave comments saying, well, they did change the face. Well, they did alter this. Well, this doesn't look the same. What? Like, wouldn't you feel like weirded out if someone took your face and erased a quarter of your eyebrow and they're like, yeah, this is my face? You'd be like, that's not your face, that's my face. You'd be weirded out. So like, the fact that anybody even took a second to comment, like, well, this was changed though. What? It's my body. Hello? Now, granted, I am a very patient person, so some people commented this genuinely just like, wait, are you sure, Lex? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. And then they're like, oh yeah, I see it, you're right. I don't, it's whatever. But people who genuinely were like, so, like, what's the big deal? It's weird. It's the bad kind of weird. I encourage weird. That's the bad kind of weird. That's you could have, within the time that it took to Photoshop that, because that took some time. That's not a quick Photoshop. That took time. The time that it took you to do that, you could have just did the makeup. And as I said earlier in the video, I am not one to attack. I mean, I have in the past when I very first started doing makeup. There was one instance in particular that I could think about. It was a Mad Hatter look, and someone took my exact photo and they put their watermark on it and said that they photographed it. I think I was like 18 years old when this happened, and I still remember it to this day because I flipped. And I just instantly was just full of rage, and I'm like, How dare you take my image that I shot, that I took time on, that I did the makeup on, and put your watermark on it and say that you photographed it and this is your artwork and everything. And I flipped. And that person was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And so yeah, it's like, yeah, people are sorry when they get caught, but I just even looking back, I mean, it was so many years ago, like I was like 18 years old, and looking back on it, it's just like, yeah, I mean, it was wrong for me to, for them to take my picture and for them to do that, but I could have just messaged them. But instead I didn't. Instead I chose to post it on my Facebook, which I took everything down now years ago, but I chose to put everything on my Facebook and tag them. And I still kind of feel bad about it. And since that day, I never did it again, from what I can remember. I mean, other than, you know, if I ever call anybody out, it's like a major, like, this is bothering me. Like, this is bothering me. Like, the fact that I'm even making a video right now, I mean, and mostly this video is because I just wanted you guys to share this moment with me that I had somebody copy and paste my body onto their picture. But the only time you'll ever see me get involved in things is if it's something that I'm passionate about or something that's really eating at me. Because like I said, it just feeds into negativity, and it's really, attacks just aren't worth it. I have been heavily attacked. When I was like 19, I think. No, it must have been past 19. I must have been 20 because my grandpa had just passed away. I was heavily attacked by a group of artists. And they were good artists, which is also what blew my mind. They were good artists, and I had posted a black and white photo of Frank Sinatra. I made myself in Frank Sinatra in black and white. And this group of artists just full-blown attacked me and was like, you copied so-and-so, you copied so-and-so. I'm like, I don't even know who this person is, which was true. So attacks mean nothing. They're meaningless. It's just a balled up anger. It's just an attempt to get more people, attempt to get more followers. So when you see drama happening, look into it before you feed into it, because chances are, they're tricking you. And also beyond that, how I had said that this artist could have taken the time to learn and maybe not even to learn, maybe just to execute the look, to actually do it themselves. I have it so often, and because I don't start drama, because I don't attack people, because I don't chase after people, I have it so often where large YouTubers, either, you know, my size or larger than me, recreate my looks and don't tag me at all. And it's like, guys, like, why would it have killed you to just tag me and be like, hey, saw your video, wanted to recreate it? Because like, the thing is that I don't mind when people recreate my looks, because that's what tutorials are for. Like I said, I want people to learn, I want people to grow, and I want people to have fun, because that's what I do. And, but it's like when other social media people do my videos and then make a tutorial off of the tutorial that they watched from me and then don't tag me, it blows my mind. It's like, why would it have killed you to just show me a little support when you learned from me? And then not only that, like, I've had it too where there's been people on social media that are the same size channel as me or are larger than me, and they used to be my subscriber, and then now they're like, I don't even know who you are. Or I've had it where people, I have messages in my Facebook and everything of people asking me permission to recreate my looks. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, I don't mind at all, you know? And then a year later, they're like, I don't know who MadeULook is. And I'm like, what? But I never call these people out because I just don't see where it gets anybody anywhere, because it doesn't. So it's like, I'm well aware of so many social media people in general that take my looks, that recreate my looks, that recreate my tutorials, and they don't get called out because I have a really nice community and we don't really generally call people out. Or like, in general, like, if somebody does say something, like, I would like if I were to see somebody being like, oh, were you inspired by MadeULook or whatever, like a nice, sweet conversation. It doesn't have to be vicious. And it's just like, I even have it where like people like now on Instagram especially, like they'll go way back in my, and the reason I even know this is because like my looks from the very beginning of my YouTube channel are all originals pretty much. Like, I really wasn't doing that many like movie characters and stuff like that in the very beginning. I was doing original characters, and I know I'm like the first video on YouTube, which doesn't matter, and it's not a matter of who did it first. And I hope I'm explaining my frustration with social media people like accurately right now, because it's just like, what would it kill you to just tag me? If you genuinely watched my video, if you genuinely learned from me, if you genuinely got the idea from me or the inspiration from me, I'm not talking about movie characters, I'm not talking about television characters, I'm talking about original characters that you guys see all over the internet, and it just completely lost from back to my channel, but it came out of my brain. And so it's like, I would love to see people, social media people, recreate my videos or recreate my looks. If you just take a second to just be like, hey, thanks. Why is that so hard? And what's even crazier is that people, like, they tend not to tag the, like, original artist, I guess we'll say. They tend not to tag people because they're worried that people are gonna go follow them instead of following them. What? Like, why wouldn't you want to support? It doesn't make sense, but I see it all the time where they'll wait years, maybe not wait years. They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, this look I'm doing in 2023, but they'll go back on my social media for looks that are long gone years ago that nobody really remembers anymore. They'll take that look and they'll do it today, so that way it's brand new to the internet and everyone's like, wow. Or I've had it before too, where someone on Instagram completely 100% just full-blown original look, copy the entire thing. Someone called them out, but they just said, hey, I think this was, you know, done by MadeULook, or were you inspired by MadeULook? It was a real civil conversation. Then the person goes, yeah, and this is a big social media influencer. You guys know these people. I'm not talking about people that you guys don't know. I'm talking about people you guys know. And big social media person said, yeah. So then they put inspired by @MadeULook in the description. Then about a week later, they took it out because now no one was looking at it anymore. Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is my mic. I'm letting you know. Wild. So anywho, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. But for real, I'm actually gonna go download Luigi's Mansion in a couple hours. I'm actually gonna paint a Luigi's Mansion pumpkin today, which I'm really excited about. And I'm gonna be playing the game tonight, but I just wanna make this video because I wanted to share the moment of I cannot believe this just happened to me, and kind of what's real and what's fake around Halloween, and just encourage everyone, even though it's October and we're not going into the New Year's yet, encourage every artist to just be a better person. Artists are people. We have feelings. Just because I'm nice doesn't mean that I want to be walked on. Just because I'm nice doesn't mean that I'm unaware of people doing these things. I'm just not vicious. So if you ever see a day where MadeULook just snaps one day and is like, this person did this and this and this after all these years, you guys know why. But to be fair, I don't think that'll be anytime soon. Anyways, have a happy and safe Halloween, everyone. And if you feel like sharing this video, please feel free. If you, for some reason, know this person's Instagram that I was talking about, don't go and attack them. It's not worth it. Not worth your time. It's just not worth it in general. People are always gonna do what they wanna do, whether you call them out or not, it doesn't do anything. If you didn't get that from this entire video, I don't know what you were listening to. If you ever do come across my work and you're like, yo, I think MadeULook did this, ? Please be nice. Feel free to ask, I guess, but please be nice about it. This has been Life Lessons with MadeULook. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you did. If you feel like sharing this video, please share this video for information so people will be aware of what to look at and what not to look at and what to be aware of. Happy Halloween! I will be live on Twitch tonight. I will be live on Twitch tomorrow playing Luigi's Mansion dressed up as Luigi, looking adorable. Hopefully. I don't know. I haven't tried the costume on yet, so hopefully it fits. Yes, Twitch is a free platform. I will link it in the description in case anybody's interested. But I'll be on tonight. Probably think like 9 o'clock. I think Luigi's Mansion is released, something like that. But I'm probably gonna paint a pumpkin during the day. We'll see. But anyways, so I'll see you guys next Wednesday when I upload, or I'll see you guys on Twitch. Have a happy and safe Halloween.